Be happy. Bye. What if I told you there's a cab service you can book right now in Jalingo? Sounds like a dream, right? No, it's reality. Let Supercab get you transported to anywhere you want to go in Jalingo, and let them also run your errands for you while you sit at the comfort of your home. And guess what? It is affordable, reliable and fast. They run a 24-hour service. You can click the link attached to this video to download the app, or you can also download the app on Play Store. I'm so excited for this, and I know you are too. Use Supercab today and be happy. Bye. What if I told you there's a cab service you can book right now in Jalingo? Sounds like a dream, right? No, it's reality. Let Supercab get you transported to anywhere you want to go in Jalingo, and let them also run your errands for you while you sit at the comfort of your home. And guess what? It is affordable, reliable and fast. They run a 24-hour service. You can click the link attached to this video to download the app, or you can also download the app on Play Store. I'm so excited for this, and I know you are too. Use Supercab today and be happy. Bye. What if I told you there's a cab service you can book right now in Jalingo? Sounds like a dream, right? No, it's reality. Let Supercab get you transported to anywhere you want to go in Jalingo, and let them also run your errands for you while you sit at the comfort of your home. And guess what? It is affordable, reliable and fast. They run a 24-hour service. You can click the link attached to this video to download the app, or you can also download the app on Play Store. I'm so excited for this, and I know you are too. Use Supercab today and be happy. Bye. What if I told you there's a cab service you can book right now in Jalingo? Sounds like a dream, right? No, it's reality. Let Supercab get you transported to anywhere you want to go in Jalingo, and let them also run your errands for you while you sit at the comfort of your home. And guess what? It is affordable, reliable and fast. They run a 24-hour service. You can click the link attached to this video to download the app, or you can also download the app on Play Store. I'm so excited for this, and I know you are too. Use Supercab today and be happy. Bye. What if I told you there's a cab service you can book right now in Jalingo? Sounds like a dream, right? No, it's reality. Let Supercab get you transported to anywhere you want to go in Jalingo, and let them also run your errands for you while you sit at the comfort of your home. And guess what? It is affordable, reliable and fast. They run a 24-hour service. You can click the link attached to this video to download the app, or you can also download the app on Play Store. I'm so excited for this, and I know you are too. Use Supercab today and be happy. Bye. What if I told you there's a cab service you can book right now in Jalingo? Sounds like a dream, right? No, it's reality. Let Supercab get you transported to anywhere you want to go in Jalingo, and let them also run your errands for you while you sit at the comfort of your home. And guess what? It is affordable, reliable and fast. They run a 24-hour service. You can click the link attached to this video to download the app, or you can also download the app on Play Store. I'm so excited for this, and I know you are too. Use Supercab today and be happy. Bye. What if I told you there's a cab service you can book right now in Jalingo? Sounds like a dream, right? No, it's reality. Let Supercab get you transported to anywhere you want to go in Jalingo, and let them also run your errands for you while you sit at the comfort of your home. And guess what? It is affordable, reliable and fast. They run a 24-hour service. You can click the link attached to this video to download the app, or you can also download the app on Play Store. I'm so excited for this, and I know you are too. Use Super Cap today and be happy. Bye. What if I told you there's a cab service you can book right now in Jalingo? Sounds like a dream, right? No, it's reality. Let Supercab get you transported to anywhere you want to go in Jalingo, and let them also run your errands for you while you sit at the comfort of your home. And guess what? It is affordable, reliable and fast. They run a 24-hour service. You can click the link attached to this video to download the app, or you can also download the app on Play Store. I'm so excited for this, and I know you are too. Use Supercap today and be happy. Bye. What if I told you there's a cab service you can book right now in Jalingo? Sounds like a dream, right? No, it's reality. Let Supercab get you transported to anywhere you want to go in Jalingo, and let them also run your errands for you while you sit at the comfort of your home. And guess what? It is affordable, reliable and fast. They run a 24-hour service. You can click the link attached to this video to download the app, or you can also download the app on Play Store. I'm so excited for this, and I know you are too. Use Supercap today and be happy. Bye. What if I told you there's a cab service you can book right now in Jalingo? Sounds like a dream, right? No, it's reality. Let Supercab get you transported to anywhere you want to go in Jalingo, and
Good evening and welcome to today's politics on Some TV. And today's politics on Some TV is your number one political program in the northeast of Nigeria, and I believe even in the Nigeria. And I'm telling you, today we are in for something that I think we've never seen in this part of the world before. And I'm going to be having guests that are going to add value to the political discussion. We're going to look at the political angle, the legal angle, the ethical angle. And what are we discussing today? We are discussing an issue that has been on the lips of every Taraban. There has been an issue that has been trending, but nobody has really sat down to analyze the issue as it is, except for one or two places. So today is the first time that we will really be sitting down in Taraba to dissect this matter and look at how we can reach a conclusion on it. And in the studio today, I have with me legal mind, political analyst, publisher, and what have you, men of timber and caliber. And we are going to be discussing the health of the deputy governor of Taraba State. We are going to look at the legal implication, the constitutional implication, the political implication, and the ethical implication. So I will start introduction with those with me in the studio. We'll be having 3 guests joining us virtually and 2 in the studio. With me in the studio is Barrister Biliaminu Meanchi. You're welcome, sir, Barrister. It's a a legal practitioner. Good evening, Barrister PD Pius. Thank you very, 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 very much, Barrister. And also, joining us online is no other person than a man that lighting up every political discussion. Some say it's controversial, some say it's mind-blowing, and it's no other person than Ambassador Precious Moses. Ambassador Precious Moses, you're welcome to Ambassador Murray, you are welcome.
Barista Mihanchi, Barista Pius, my good friend Abu Abdo, and
I think I would want to look at this from a legal point of view first before I will look at the political implications. And I'm going to start here from the studio. Barrister Mihanchi is a human rights activist and a legal practitioner. We would like you to tell us what is the legal implication of Deputy Governor of Taraba. Since the month of November, there have been rumors, and there was eventually an official statement. I think you were one of those that pushed that we should know what is going on. What is the implication of him not being able to perform his duties since November 2024?
Good evening. For me, what I'm saying, we can cast our mind back the intention of the law. And the law always goes with what we call morality. From Section 176 of the 1999 Constitution up to, I can say, Section 193 has discussed extensively about governor, deputy governor, the office, resignation, incapacitation, or whatsoever. All what the Constitution discussed, it was about the governor. When the governor is absent, the deputy governor will ask after if the governor transmitted or maybe wrote to the Speaker, House of Assembly, or whatsoever. But what I'm calling the attention of all minded people and all the tribals is that when the Constitution started governor, 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 the Constitution now said there shall be a deputy governor. And in our local language, a deputy governor is a secure tire of the governor. When there is no governor, like what my colleague PDPs was saying, now if the deputy governor is not in his office, can the governor travel? Because if the deputy governor is not on seat, and the governor also travel, and the power does not transfer it to the speaker. So all what I'm trying to say that the intention of this constitution there is not very good. Since the deputy governor and the governors is the running mate, even the constitution now provide that the governor shall have a running mate, and the running mate now is absent. So all laws or constitutional provision applicable to the governor is automatically applicable to the deputy governor. And all what I'm saying, always what I'm seeing is that if we could, that's why I was saying we should cast our mind back to the Dambaba's issues. No matter what you say in Tribal State, is not rest for now. Okay. Because the governor and the deputy governor, they are going as running mate.
Okay. Now let me go to Barrister PD Pius. Thank you very much, Barrister Biliamino. Barrister PD Pius, can you hear me? Are you still with us? Barrister PD Pius, are you with us? Okay. Okay. Now let me go to request Muri. If Barrister PD Powers is not with us, let me go to Ambassador Muri. Ambassador Muri, what is your view concerning what the Barrister Mianchi just said concerning the fact that the deputy governor is that's one.
Education for a governor is qualification. We had it in State last time. That the deputy governor.
Because of that, the governor lost his seat. The deputy governor lost, he was challenged in court. The qualification of the deputy governor was challenged in court, and the governor was about to be sworn in, and he was disqualified. Because the deputy governor was disqualified, that inauguration could not hold. The governor could not take his seat as the governor. because the deputy governor was disqualified. So that comes to tell us that the deputy governor is held accountable. The governor is held accountable. Play politics with everything. In Taraba, we tend to play politics with everything, especially on whether the governor comes to work or not, whether the deputy governor. In fact, Taraba, the government, no. Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Issue that happened in Bayelsa State, whereby David Lyon won an election, but because of the certificate of the deputy, the whole ticket was disqualified and a new person was sworn in. So, well, let me speak to Barrister P.D. Pius. Pastor P.D. Pius, Pastor Biliaminu said the law, even though the letter did explicitly speak about the deputy governor, but is of the opinion that the spirit of the law implies that what applies to the governor also applies to the deputy governor, if I get him right. So what is your own position of this? Although I know a bit of your position, but can you please elaborate more for our viewers?
Okay, if you can hear me, I want to start by saying, can you hear me? All right. So I want to start by saying that there is need for us to pray for the deputy governor of Taraba State so that he can regain his health and resume back to full duties. When someone is sick, the best we can do in that situation is that of a CMS twins or conjoined twins that cannot be separated. That is before election. But after election, they become separate. Each of them gains of its own. Moving the deputy, or you can have the deputy governor being incapacitated without affecting the governor. So contrary to the kind of relationship they have before election, wherein whatever affects one affects the other, that does not apply after election or after they have been sworn in. The moment you swear in the governor and the deputy governor, each one acquires a separate life of its own, so that whatever affects one does not affect the other. Okay? Now, but when you now talk about whether there is need for us to always have a leadership in the state in terms of having the governor, then that is where the issue is, because the essence of having a deputy governor is that whenever the governor is not around, there is someone that can take charge of the affairs of governance in the state. The provision of the constitution did not allocate any responsibility, any specific responsibility to the deputy governor. He is just to do whatever that the governor have assigned him to do. So if the governor permits the deputy governor to be absent or to go on a sick leave or medical leave for as long as he needs that for his recovery, you cannot question the decision of the governor. However, the only implication is that the governor will not have to be available to attend to all the matters that is needed by the affairs of government. A vacuum, or we cannot have absence of leadership, or there will be a scenario whereby no one is in charge. So whereas the deputy governor can be away without necessarily affecting the governor, the only implication is that the governor has to be present and up to date with the day-to-day tasks of governance in the state.
Been able to make us understand that there is no legal implication for the absence of the deputy governor. And you said legally their relationship before election is different from their relationship. They are like conjoined twins before election, but after election they grow, they take a life of their own. Surgically they've been separated. Now well, let me say I'm not a learned person, so I can't argue with you concerning that. But let me look at. I want to come back to the studio because in the studio here, I have with me a political analyst in the person of Abu Aldo, in the person of Abu Aldo. Okay, in the person of Abu Aldo. So what I would like to ask Abu Aldo. Okay, the deputy governor is a political position, and as we all know politics. So as a political analyst, don't you think there's a vacuum politically now that the deputy governor is not here? I would like to hear from the point of an analyst. Politically, is there a vacuum in Taraba State with the absence of the deputy governor?
Thank you very much for having me here. First of all, I want to agree with the barrister P.D. Pius that the position of the deputy governor and the governor before swearing in is totally different after they have been sworn in. And that is why in some instances, we see instances where you see governors impeached, but the deputy governor remain in office. So that's to tell you that after they have been sworn in, their positions differs. So I want to totally disagree with the instance that that my friend Ambassador Requence Muri is comparing with the case of Bayelsa State. Despite the fact that I am not a legal practitioner, was a student of politics and a political analyst, I have a little knowledge of the Constitution. The Constitution is very clear. The Constitution is very clear that is either we have the governor who is active and will be available to perform the activities of governance, and when he's not there, the deputy governor will be there. It is when the two are not there that there is a vacuum. So in the case of the deputy governor of Taraba State, His Excellency Alhaji Aminu Alkali, I want to still come back to the points that my brother Pius raised, that it is good as humans sometimes we pray for our leaders. When a leader is ill, nobody will want to be sick. We all want to be healthy and discharge our duties as human beings. Whenever a leader is ill, the first thing we should do is to pray that God should I should regain, I should bring back his health, let him come back and perform his function anywhere he wants.
Okay,
There's not any building or any particular location that the Constitution says that the governor must always be here to perform his official function. No, he can do that within or outside the state. So presently, there is no any vacuum in Taraba State. The governor is always active and performing the function of the executive governor of Taraba State.
Thank you very much, Honorable Abu Aldo. So, Honorable Abu Aldo is of the opinion that politically there is no vacuum, that governance is ongoing in Taraba State, and it's just a few critics that are criticizing the fact. But before I go forward, I would like the viewers to understand that this program is not an attempt to belittle the health condition of Alhaji Alkali, who has served this state meritoriously for years. We are just trying to bring issues that are on the front burners to the public, so that yes, people can discuss the matter. And we wish him soonest recovery from some TV here and from all Taraba business news. We wish the deputy governor soonest recovery. But on that note, I think I will bring back Barrister Biliamino. Is this just an act of criticism, or it is beyond just you criticizing it? Let us look at it ethically. If someone is unable to perform his duty, ethically, what should be done concerning that? And also politically, do you think there's a vacuum? And in terms of governance, do you think governance is not going the way it should go since since November 24?
So all what we are saying, I don't know whether, because there is many advisors in this government, maybe my learned friend P.D. Pius is also appointed as one of them. For me and all Tarabans, we don't know whether the deputy governor is ill or whatsoever. What I would say, the deputy governor is outside of his office.
I thought there was a statement from his office one time saying
that's what I said. Yeah. Okay. When there is this statement, what we said is that the constitutions we are talking about, whether if the deputy governor and the deputy governor are saying the constitution provides that there must be a governor, there should be a governor and a deputy governor. Where there is no governor, the deputy governor shall take other activities of the governor. And in this government, we are following the government. Like me now, I'm always impressed the way the government taking issue of security. In charge of the state, when the governor is absent, he is not I say we have the same issues in Taraba before during the Demba issues. And politically, this issue was like me now. I'm from the northern part of the state, and the seat of the deputy governor it was assigned to what to the northern part of the state. Politically, even the constitution conscious or with what with the predominance of what of one-sided government or one-sided even a civil servant or whatsoever. Now all what we have on the executive we have a governor, and the governor is from one part of the state. The other part we doesn't have a representative. And all what we want to know that real what is the real condition of the deputy governor. To say he's not a deputy governor now. What they are talking about saying that everybody is not what I was saying, but deputy governor is not ordinary person. Okay, that's why the constitution do not provided when the citizen Biryaminu he is not well or is incapacitated or whatsoever. No. They said the governor, president, or or whatsoever. What we are talking, when we are not talking about Aminu Alkali or whatsoever. We are talking about the deputy governor of Taraba State. Okay, thank you very much, sir. From what Barrister Biliamin is saying, is that they're not talking about the person of Alaji Aminu Alkali. They're talking about the office of the deputy governor. And he said, as a concerned Taraban, he's also of the opinion that the but what we respect the fact that it has to do with his health. But ethically, as a lawyer, do you think it is proper for someone that has a job to do in Taraba to be away for this long?
Well, you see the office of the governor is the highest ranking office in the state, and by constitution, the office of the governor is vested with the power of being the chief security officer of the state. All right. So I think that if you are going to take a holistic interpretation of all the provisions of the constitution with respect to the office of the governor, then you cannot but conclude that he ought to be in the state and not outside the state. So on this particular issue, I will have to agree with Barrister Bilyamunu that it is too important an office for us to have our leader ruling Taraba State from outside Taraba State. That will not make sense. A reasonable interpretation of all the provisions of the Constitution with respect to the office of the governor will mean that the governor should be within the state in ruling the affairs of the state, because he is the chief security officer. So we cannot have the chief security officer from outside of the state ruling the state. So it is imperative for the governor of the state to be within the state. If for any reason he will be unable to be within the state, then the constitution have made provisions for who should be in charge in the event that the governor is not within the state. And that is why we have provisions for deputy governor. Where we don't have deputy governor, that's why there's provision for the Speaker of the House of Assembly to be in charge. So in any case where the governor will be unable to be within the state for a period exceeding 21 days, because the contemplation of the constitution is that the governor should not be away for more than 21 days without properly handing over the affairs of governance of the state to the hands of either the deputy governor or the Speaker of the State House of Assembly. So whatever the situation is, I wouldn't know who is around and who is not around. But if the governor is going to be absent from the state for more than 21 days, then it is imperative that he hand over the affairs of the state to the next person in line, so that at all point in time, we will have someone in charge of the governance or the affairs of the state.
Also apply to the deputy governor.
What I'm telling you is that the position of the constitution, or my interpretation of the constitution, is that it applies to the office of the governor. But where the governor is not going to be available, then he must make provision for the person that will act in his state. That is why the constitution says there must be an acting governor where the governor is going to be outside the state for more than 21 days. So that if the governor is going to be outside Taraba State for more than 21 days, then he is to look at either the person that is next in line to now hand over to him as the acting governor of the state.
Thank you very much. Now let me throw this question at you, Barrister PD Pius. Peradventure, there's a need for the governor there's a need for the deputy governor to be declared incapacitated. I'm just peradventure there's a need. What is the process under law?
Now, the constitution is very clear on the process that should lead to declaration of incapacitation of a deputy governor.
The first thing that will play out is that the State Executive Council is supposed to sit and make a declaration that the deputy governor, they feel that the deputy governor is not healthy enough to continue to hold the office of the deputy governor. When they make that declaration, they will now communicate to the Taraba State House of Assembly, whereupon the Speaker of the House of Assembly will now constitute a medical panel. And the medical panel must involve, or a member of the panel must be, one of them must be the personal physician, that is a personal doctor of the deputy governor, to now go and examine the deputy governor to find out whether his condition is such that he can no longer continue to act as the deputy governor of the state. If the panel report comes out saying that, look, this health condition is not that bad, then the whole process terminates in that level. But if they now reach a report that the deputy governor is so incapacitated that he cannot continue to act as the deputy governor of the state, then they will now communicate the House of Assembly, and the House of Assembly will now pass a resolution to the effect that the deputy governor is incapacitated. Upon passing that resolution, then the office of the deputy governor will become vacant, and then the governor will now be entitled to nominate a fresh or a new deputy governor for the state. So the process will start from the State Executive Council to the House of Assembly to the panel, the medical panel.
PD Pius, I think we lost you there. I know that Mr. PD Pius, please let me push this question to Ambassador Muri. You've read the position of the law. I've known you to be not a legal practitioner, but you are a social. Let me call you a social lawyer, because I've seen you taking up cases on behalf of Tarabans for so long. So, Ambassador Muri, as an advocate of the people, do you agree that there's no vacuum in governance? Do you agree that, yes, we just have to sit and wait for the Executive Council to decide and write a letter to the House of Assembly? Or do we need to push for this?
All right. Good evening once again.
From the conversation, I agree totally with Hanchi, and I disagree totally at some point. I disagree at some point with my legal friend, Barrister Pius and Abu Hardo. We are trying to play who seems to do politics with us. We are not used to holding people accountable. That's the problem in Taraba State. People don't want to be held accountable. The Constitution gives a deputy governor a job. He has a job to do. He has an office, and he is responsible to that office. The expectation from the governor is the same expectation from the deputy governor. Even when the governor is around, the deputy governor has a job to do. And if he does not do his job, he can be impeached, can be removed in office as the governor. So everybody, is not that after electing the governor and the deputy governor, the deputy governor can just sit and can just be at the mercy of the governor. No, even the president and the vice president, in the case of Atiku and Obasanjo, the Supreme Court made it very clear that Obasanjo and Atiku are all accountable to Nigerians. They can be impeached separately. So if the deputy governor falls short of the constitutional requirement, he can be impeached. And if he is not in the office within the same period that the constitutional requirement to be in the office, he can be held accountable.
Ambassador Muri, are you still there with us? Ambassador Muri? Okay. I think we lost India due to some network issues. Honorable Abu Aldo, you've heard the position of Ambassador Muri. What is your own position on this?
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I want to react to what Barrister PD Pius is trying to establish on whether the governor has to be here often. And my interpretation of what he just said, he was referring to section 192 of the Constitution. And that section stated clearly that the governor has no any specific location in the Constitution, that is the always place that he must be to perform his duty. The governor can perform his duty anywhere, whether within or outside the state. If you read that part of the Constitution very well, that is what the Constitution is saying. So, and my interpretation of what Barrister P.D. Pius just said is that yes, the governor can perform his duty whether within or outside the state, but not exceeding 21 days. It's only when the governor will exceed 21 days outside the state that he have to transmit power to the deputy governor to act in acting capacity pending when he will be back. But as long as the governor is performing his function outside the state within these 21 days, I don't think there is any breach of the Constitution. That is on the side of my brother, Barrister P.D. Pius. And in the case of the Kwesi Muri, the deputy governor is just like a spare tire to the governor. And I don't think, for instance, if you're traveling, if you're on the highway, and if you don't have any issue with your 4 tires, I don't think there is need for you to stop and start looking for how you're going to put a spare tire. So that section 193 of that same constitution empowers the governor at his own discretion to assign responsibility to the deputy governor. There are no any constitutional responsibility that have been assigned by the constitution to the deputy governor. The constitution just said the deputy governor is there as a spare tire. When the governor is not there, is not available, the deputy governor, the power will be transmitted to the deputy governor to take over in acting capacity and perform the same function that the governor is performing if he's around. So in this situation, it's very, very clear. It's either the governor is there performing his function, his constitutional function as the governor or executive governor of the state, and if he's not, and if he's absent, then the power will now go to the deputy governor. It's when the governor, both the governor and the deputy governor are not on seat to perform their function, and the power has not been transmitted to the third person, that was when there is a vacuum. So in this case of Taraba, as it is now, I don't think there is any issue. As far as I'm concerned, the governor is there, he's performing his function as the executive governor of Taraba State. And if the deputy governor is ill or he has challenges of health, we are praying that he should regain his health and resume back to duty, which we are hopeful that by the grace of God, we have been praying for him, and he will soon come back and resume his duty as the deputy governor of Taraba State.
Thank you very much, Honorable Abu Aldo. And I think we've been having politicians and legal minds burying their minds on this state. But now let me hear from the position of a media practitioner. Chief Gabriel Olayinka, are you still here online with us? Chief Gabriel Olayinka. Yes, I think now it's time for us, for the media, to come in between the lawyers and the politicians are having their say and having their way. Chief Olayinka, what is your position on this?
For me, what I would say is that for us, what is important is information. When there is no information, there is usually a disarray situation. As far as the media is concerned, we felt there is a need for the government to officially give statement about the position and the health of the deputy governor. I am somebody who has followed this story. As a matter of fact, as one of the persons that have broken these stories at many times, and I've talked about what's going on at different time and different situation. And my worry is that we have no enough information about actually what is, because if you ask the general public now, what actually is wrong with the deputy governor, nobody will say. Some of us maybe due to our investigative journalism and this thing, we could have some privileged information. But I felt the government needed to have come out, address the public, because the deputy governor is a political office holder. And since he is also elected on a joint ticket with the governor, there is a need either for the governor himself or any of the aides of the governor to come through to address the public. Yeah, we are all human beings. Nobody cannot
quite unfortunate that we lost him there. So we are going to go on a short commercial break. And when we come back from the commercial break, the discussion continues on today's politics on Some TV. Please don't go away and stay tuned.
Let them also run your errands for you while you sit at the comfort of your home. And guess what? It is affordable, reliable, and fast. They run a 24-hour service. You can click the link attached to this video to download the app, or you can also download the app on Play Store. I'm so excited for this, and I know you are too. Use Super Cap today and be happy. Bye. What if I told you there's a cab service you can book right now in Jalingo? Sounds like a dream, right? No, it's reality. Let Supercab get you transported to anywhere you want to go in Jalingo, and let them also run your errands for you while you sit at the comfort of your home. And guess what? It is affordable, reliable, and fast. They run a 24-hour service. You can click the link attached to this video to download the app, or you can also download the app on Play Store. I'm so excited for this, and I know you are too. Use Supercab today and be happy.
When a tanker bearing fuel falls or an underground pipe bearing fuel bursts, what do? Scooping fuel in your bucket or running far away from impending fire? You have a few seconds to take the wisest decision. Walk away? No, that is not enough. Shift? No, that is not enough. Stay there and gist and take shots with your phone? That is madness. Run. Yes, run away. Yes, your life depends on your action. The flames come suddenly, unexpected but uncontrollable. Why? Fuel is highly inflammable. Why? It just requires a spark to set off a ravaging inferno. So, don't stay there to think. Storm away to live. Do not throw away your life in anguish for meaningless fuel siphoning. Be advised.
Yes, welcome back to today's politics on Some TV. And I know you can't just argue the fact that today's edition has been quite explosive. And in the studio with me, I have Barrister Baliamino Meanchi, a human rights activist and a lawyer. And on my left, we also have Honorable Abu Aldo And joining us virtually, we have Barrister PD Payo, human rights activist, and a barrister. We also have Ambassador Kwense Muri, a social critic and an advocate for the masses. And also with us, we have a media mogul, a business mogul, in the person of Chief Gabriel Olainka. And before we went on the short commercial break, Chief Olainka was speaking concerning the position of the media. Is a media mogul, is looking at this issue from the position of the media, position of information. So we want him to continue the discussion we were having just before we went on that break. Chief Olainka.
Okay, thank you so much.
The position that I'm trying to put forward as far as the media is concerned is the fact that as far as this matter is concerned, there is lack of information. Nobody pray for problem, but when problem come, you face it, you address it. I don't know why the state government seems to be shying away from addressing this issue. It's an open secret that everybody knows that the deputy governor is sick. Everybody is a human being. Anybody can be sick. Anything can happen to anybody. So what I expect particularly from the office of the governor was to properly address the media on the position of health of the deputy governor. The legal people have said that whether to change or not to change lies with the governor, lies with the State Executive Council. If the governor wants to still continue to be in office, continue to maintain the deputy governor, fine and good. Nobody, I don't think the whole agitation is not about you must change your deputy. No, the whole agitation is the fact that let there be transparent, let there be honesty, let there be openness as far as this matter is concerned. Because you see, this absence of information also is what is causing interest. In one of our reports, in one of our paper, I think whether early this month, based on our investigation, some people have started showing interest of becoming the deputy governors of Taraba State. We reported, even though we did not mention name, and I wouldn't want to mention name for reason, we know that our local government chairmen that have shown interest, that have met some political allies and mugus, you know, to convince the governor. We know that there may be some members of House of Assembly who have also shown interest. We know that there may be some commissioners who have shown interest of becoming deputy governors of Taraba State. So I think getting the position of the governor, what he wants, how he wants to handle it, will dose a lot of tension. Like in today's paper of Taraba News, for instance, it's just that sometimes, you know, we may not take our source, but we know that in one conversation, there is indication that the governor may not be disposed towards bringing in somebody as his deputy governor or changing, because even what the learned individual states, the governor has a lot of control over the State Executive Council, because we all know that the State Executive Council is appointed by the governor. So it means that even for the State Executive Council to actually take any step, it must be that the governor is in line with it. If the governor is in line with it, it will be very, very difficult for the State Executive Council, no matter how powerful they are, to just decide one day and say, we're going to raise this thing on the floor of the meeting. And unless that is done from what the legal people have said here, there cannot be any transmission to the House of Assembly. So, and there cannot be any way that the office of the deputy governor will be vacant. And the matter of whether there is 90 days, I think from what I'm seeing, there is diverse opinion. Barrister P.D. Pius hold the view that there is no length to the time that the deputy governor should be away. And I think Barrister Mihanchi hold a different opinion, because on his own part, he felt if there is a period for the governor and the two of them should the period should apply to the two of them. So what I felt need to be done is that there is a need for the public. Let it not be an hearsay. Let it not be something that people are speculating. When we have an official statement, because everything every media and every organization is doing is speculation, because there is no official statement. That particular statement you are referring to at the other came from the aides of the deputy governor, and you should expect that they should be able to defend their master. But this information I'm talking about is an information that should come from the office of the governor himself, either by him himself or by any of his spokesmen or any of his aides that he has authorized to do so. I think that will dust a lot of tension, and people will understand what is happening, and they won't see as if there is vacuum anywhere.
Let me just tell the viewers something. Chief Gabriel Olayinka is speaking tongue in check. His statements are very pregnant, and I think we should watch out. If he's keeping his sources, just know that very soon Taraba News is going to be dropping some bombshells. So, because from what I heard from his statement, there are lots of pregnancy in those statements. So watch out for Taraba News and Some TV. You might just be getting something very loud very soon. I'm very, very sure of that. I know what it means when he said they are keeping their sources. Now, let me go to Barrister Mihanchi. On a lighter note, let me play the devil's advocate. You are from the northern part of Taraba, and the deputy governorship has been zoned to the northern part. Will I say that probably you're one of those people that Chief Gabriel Olayinka is talking about? You have interest in the position of the deputy governor.
No.
That is one. That is one. The second one is as a lawyer, are you going to take legal steps towards correcting this situation? So take the first one first. Are you interested in this?
I'm not interested. I'm not even in PDP. I've never been in PDP.
Okay.
The governor and the deputies, they are PDPs.
Yes.
As you can see, just of recent, our party APC, we are regaining ourselves, planning.
But we've seen APC members being members of committee for PDP. So maybe from the state you may also be a deputy.
Yes, I'm a full member of APC. I cannot compromise. Even my brother Muri was appointed as advisor, but he declined.
Okay.
So I'm one of them. So we are still in APC.
Okay. So now, are you taking any legal moves concerning these absence of the deputy governor?
I think that should be, because this issue of deputy governor and Taraba State taking some dimension that deal with rule of law. Because all what I'm saying is that all what this drama we are making always said, the constitution provides that there should be a deputy governor in each 36 state of the federation. And for over 90 days now, even the governor as the principal, the constitution provides that he, after 28 years traveling out, or he should transmit the power within, if he went out for 21 days. And now the deputy governor is not in Taraba State for more than 90 days. So, and the constitution provides that there should be a deputy governor in each of the 36 federation states. So all what I'm seeing, going there, coming back there, and the state the governor decided not to say anything. And this is, we are in democracy. There is executives, and there is what we call the legislative, that's the assembly, and the judiciary. On our part as a legal practitioner and concerns Taraba State, and I think I have what we call a local study that I can go to the court and seek for legal interpretation. Maybe like now, I have my understanding, and my brother have his own understanding. My learned friend, PewDiePie, also has his own understanding, but the court is there to interpret. So all what we are seeing, I'm seeing now, it is almost how many days now? I don't think we can be more patient enough to take all these things for more than 100 days.
So are you suggesting that you are going to approach the court?
I think we are not even suggesting, we have started.
You've started the process?
Yes.
So when have you approached the court, or you just about to approach the court?
We are about to approach the court, and it will be available to the media.
It's going to be okay. Well, this is a new one coming here. Barrister Meanchi is letting us know that they are going to approach the court very soon, and as soon as they do that, be rest assured that here on Some TV, on Some TV, you'll be getting it live. He has given his word, so Tarabans should watch out, Nigerians should watch out, and probably this may just be what settles it all. I can see Barrister Pius is showing some interest in that statement made by Barrister Meanchi. Barrister Pius, he said they are approaching the court. They are going in the direction of going to the judiciary to interpret that. So, as a member of the bar, well, what do you think? What do you think this is the right decision to make, and do you think anything will come out of this?
Well, I've x-rayed the position of the law to you. One thing I always tell people is that there are sufficient facts on ground for them to challenge it in court to sustain a favorable interpretation before the court. Why not? Every Nigerian has a right to approach the court of law as provided in Section 6 of the 1999 Constitution to challenge any authority or person that he may have dispute with. So it is within the right of every Nigerian to approach the court over any issue feel that there is need for the pronouncement of the court over. But with regards to whether there is a time frame in which the governor may permit the deputy governor to be absent is not stated in the constitution, and the deputy governor may be away as much as the governor has permitted him and as much as the governor is available to perform the functions of his office, with the caveat that he cannot be away for more than 21 days. So that is what I feel the position of the law is, and I don't think the court will decide otherwise.
Else is of the opinion that the court may not decide otherwise than what he has just stated. Honorable Abualdu, I think probably you're the first person on the other side of the divide to hear that, yes, they are approaching the court. So, as a member of the political class, do you think that Barrister Meanchi is what you may call a busybody? That because this is a political matter, and maybe the PDP has a way of in the past they'll say it's a family affair. Is this a political family affair? And the legal minds have nothing to do with this. It will be settled politically. Let me get your view concerning that.
Well, Barrister P.D. Pius has made it so clear for all that there is no any specific days that if the deputy governor is not around, that that he has breached the constitution. Whether 90 days or 120 days, the deputy governor can be on vacation, or maybe if the governor permits him to go for vacation or maybe medical leave, he can be away. There is no any specific date that if the deputy governor is not around, that he has breached the constitution. The constitution is very clear, and it has been digested by the learned Barrister P.D. Pius, that it is when the governor is not on seat for more than 21 days that the constitution compels him to transmit power to the next person. But as long as the governor is on seat. He is performing his executive functions as the executive governor of the state. There is no any vacuum. Well, definitely there are people that will always go to court in every situation. But when you're going to court, you should go with facts, and we should go without the confidence that the matter you're taking to court will yield a positive outcome. But I don't think it is there is any issue that even deserves any interpretation. It's very clear. The Constitution is very clear to the present situation of what is happening today in Taraba State. Uh, there was a statement from the office of the deputy governor that the deputy governor is not around, and that he has been away on medical vacation. And then the governor has always been on seat, performing the executive function as the governor of the state. So as far as there is no any vacuum, there is no any vacuum, and there is no any provision of the constitution that these are the days that if the deputy governor is not around, that he has breached the constitution. I do not see any need of going to the court. Even if you go to court, you're just paraventurally wasting your time.
Well, Honorable Abuado is of the opinion that even if you go to court, it's a waste of time. But I don't think do you agree with that? That is a waste of time. Or
all what I'm saying is that even by their discretions now, if I may ask, he said the governor has 21 days to transmit or to tell the state assembly that he's going out. Maybe now the governor has traveled out to seek investors to Taraba State. He is there maybe in other states. And the deputy governor is in acting capacity. Would the deputy governor also he have something to go out, transmit the same 21 days? The constitution did not provide. What we are saying that this constitution, that's what I said for the first time. There's jurisprudence. And jurisprudence mind is not all what you read at the constitution or interpret just as you understand English or whatsoever. No. And that's what I say. The constitution expressly says there shall be deputy governor in each state. In Taraba State now we don't have deputy governor. Because what my other friend was saying was that even if my brother Abu was saying the governor can now, even in their own side, they have divergent this interpretation, I would say, of their own opinion. One is saying that the governor can govern the state from anywhere, maybe even from the oversee or whatsoever. That's what Abu was saying. And my other friend was saying, no, the governor has to be in the state. And now all what we are saying, the constitution did not provide about the absence of the deputy governor whatsoever. So now the deputy governor can be over there even for 1,000 years. So and the state, I'm calling the attention of our attention. This state is not belong to the governor or deputy governor whatsoever. They are our servants. And all this state is governed by what? By the constitution. For the what? From the primary fundamental of the because of what? Welfare and the security of the citizens. That's the indigence of tribal states. And the deputy governor is absent. What are we saying? The governor is the principal. If the constitution can provide that, even if the principal. So what are you talking about the deputy governor who is disappeared as we said? So all what we are saying is that, and that's the good of democracy now. That's what we are saying. Democracy provides the executive, as I said before, legislative and judiciary. So in Taraba State is a blessed state as we are nature's gift to the nation. And even constitutional issue, we are nature's gift like that. If you can remember the number of issue whatsoever.
Yes.
And I cannot deny what I said in terms of security and education. This government has tried. Everybody can sleep now with 2 eyes in Taraba State. Even me now, maybe I've changed my house. You don't know. First, I can give Taraba State government, well, governor, whatever. But what we say now, in terms of the deputy governor office, there is issues. And the governor and the state government have not done anything. And even the chief legal officer, I would say the attorney general, maybe they have not advised the governor accordingly. So I think the best way we can do, we are democratic government. So we cannot be misguided with this misconception of the constitution or whatsoever. We will approach the court of law. If the court say no, that's what you understand is that the interpretation whatsoever. We are ready to understand it, and we have federal, we have state high court, we have court of appeal, we have the Supreme Court there.
Okay, so just like you said, you have the executive, you have the legislature, and we have the judiciary, and you are going to ensure that if the executive does not take a position, the legislature does not take a position, you are going to the judiciary as a citizen, as a concerned citizen. But also, you've said something concerning the performance of the governor so far. Can you specifically point to any area that you feel that due to the vacuum created by the absence of the deputy governor, Taraba State is lagging behind?
That's what I'm saying. The governors, you see, just a governor or deputy, they are just like father. If father is in the house, maybe you have children, you will see even the way the children will be acting, the way they will say, Baba, or you, or whatsoever. And if the father and the mother travel, even if now if your wife is not at home, when you come, you see your children like this. Have you not eaten? They say they will. Have you not done that? They will say. That's why the constitution provides that there should be the deputy governor, because the tribals are the citizens of the of tribals say we need to have a governor always. So that's why they say if the governor is not on seat, the deputy should take over.
Okay.
And then we don't have the deputy governor. So even psychologically, the tribal psychology now is somehow about the governance. So there is a what like what the MD or like I was saying, there must be transparency. Okay, let's say the government now go, okay, what we are saying, the deputy governor is there, is doing that, is taking his medicine, is doing this and that, will be available maybe in next week or next hour whatsoever. Okay. But for us to tell us that the deputy governor can go for at whatever time we reach for whatsoever, I think this misconception of the constitution, they are seeing for an interpretation.
Let me come to Honorable Abu Ado. I want to ask a question, very simple one. The allegations laid by Chief Gabriel Lainka that some people are already making moves to take over the position of the deputy governor. You are a political analyst. You're someone that is in the political space. Is there any facts to these allegations or these suspicions?
Actually, I don't know if there is any move like that. But even if there is, I call them ungrateful politicians. Because as he mentioned, that there are council chairmen, assembly members, and commissioners. There is no way you will be in the system and you have been engaged. The governor have given you responsibility and you have not even delivered yet. You're eyeing what has not even right. So I don't think it is even moral for even someone that is in this system to start thinking about, I want to go and lobby or go and start, is immoral actually. And secondly, my brother here, my elder brother, is insisting that the constitution says that there must be a deputy governor. Are we saying that we don't have a deputy governor in Taraba State?
Well,
we have a deputy governor in Taraba State. There was an election, and the governor and the deputy governor were elected, and they were sworn in. So we have a deputy governor, and there was a statement from the office of the deputy governor, I think sometimes in January, that the deputy governor is on medical vacation.
Okay.
So the constitution is very clear. We have a deputy governor in Taraba State. It's not that we don't have a deputy governor in Taraba State, but he is on medical vacation. Now, is there any provision in the constitution or interpretation that this is the number of days that if the deputy governor did not come back or has not regained his health, that something should be done? If there is, fine. Then let's go there and do the interpretation of that section of the constitution. And I don't think there is. Although my brother P.D. Pius has made it clear that it is at the discretion of the State Executive Council. Now, since there is no any provision that any legal action can be taken in the absence of the deputy governor, like when he is in medical leave, then let's wait and see what the Executive Council will do.
Okay,
you understand?
Or we wait and see what the court will do.
Yeah, okay, good. Now, if you intend to go to the court, fine. You have every right as the citizen of Nigeria to approach the court. Let's wait and see the interpretation of the court. But as far as I'm concerned, there is no vacuum in Taraba State. And then we have a deputy governor in Taraba State. The deputy governor is on medical vacation. There was a statement from his office that he's on medical vacation, and that is just it.
Okay, please let me. I think Ambassador Muri is back. And while you were away, we got an information. The barrister Meanchi said that they will be approaching the courts to interpret the position of the law concerning the absence of the deputy governor. So, Ambassador Muri, do you agree that this is something that the courts need to be approached, and will you be part of this movement to ensure that legally there's an interpretation to what is going on in Taraba State? Ambassador Muri?
All right, thank you very much. I apologize for my absence, and I have to drive, so I have to be off for a while so that I can be home to join you guys. Like I was saying before, we talk so much about the law, about the Constitution, but we hate it. We are looking for places in the Constitution so that we can defend our something that is common sense. You want to look for some loopholes in the Constitution so that you can defend something that is not defendable. The Constitution we know that the governor and the deputy are human beings. They can get sick, they can die, they can be incapacitated. The Constitution makes provision that the person elected should govern. The word governor means somebody that is governing. Are we together? If the person is not governing, even if he's a civil servant, the Constitution makes provision for how the person can be relieved of his job. If he's a politician, whether appointed, he can be relieved because this is human being. We are talking about human being and we are talking about governing. Whether a president is preside, when you are no longer governing, you are no longer a deputy governor. And the Constitution makes requirement that the State House of Assembly should make sure that the governor is working and the deputy governor is working. Now, in Taraba State now, what is happening is not new. When we had a former governor, Dambaba Sonte, when he had the same issue, the state decided to go and, start defending left, right, and center. My brother Imabelo was the commissioner of information then. They were busy telling us that Dambaba is this, Dambaba is that. Just to deny Taraba the opportunity to have their governors governing them. The deputy governor is not at the mercy of the governor. The deputy governor is not a spy tire of the governor. He is a constitutional office that have constitutional duties. That is why there is no deputy governor that can just be like that without an assignment. He is like the Taraba State governor, a deputy governor. The governor have assigned him to some agencies as the head of those agencies. Now, if you say that it's at the discretion of the governor, whether the deputy governor work or not, he can decide to keep quiet. And Taraba money is going. We are using our state resources to maintain him, and nobody wants him to be held accountable. We are saying that Taraba should stop joking with the constitutional. If the deputy governor is not feeling fine, they should tell us he's not feeling fine. Let's pray for him, and whenever he come back to the office, the governor even make him that okay, he has extended the leave
the leave of absence of the deputy governor, just to make sure that there is that respect for the state. But you know, everywhere is silent, like during the time of Dambaba. There is this thing. I mean, I believe that we shouldn't wait to go to court to challenge issues in court. What we should be talking about is how much do we value our constitution? How much do we value the fact that people that we put in offices should work? If they are not in position to work, must they wait until we go to court before they say, oh, because I've been absent from the office for 3 months, I need to attend to my health? I thank you for electing me and the governor to serve you, Tarabans. But since October, I've not been able to perform my duties as the deputy governor. I would like to appreciate you and the State Executive Council, the State House of Assembly, and I would like to be given opportunity to be absent, and I'm resigning my position as a deputy governor. What will it take? He will still gain, he will still be earning what is required for deputy governor. He will still remain a former deputy governor. And whatever the state will do to support him as a former deputy governor, as we are doing to the former deputy governors, we will do it to him. But for us to come and start justifying something that does not make sense, that the constitution did not mention this and that. The constitution recognized the deputy governor the same status with the governor. They are partners in the progress of this, and therefore 2 of them must be working. So I pray that God should heal our deputy governor, but I do not support the ideology that we should play around the constitution to justify the absence of the deputy governor for more than 180 days in the office. Thank you.
Muri, you really hit some nails, and one of the points I picked from you is that you said the deputy governor has been appointed to some parastatals to head some boards. So has he been performing his duties there? Those are duties that he was assigned to, and you also pray for him. And I believe as a pastor, the prayers will be answered. Probably maybe by tomorrow, he may even be back to office. I think that would be good. I think we have a message here from one of our viewers. He sent a voice note. Is one of our frequent viewers here in the person of Dalia Bente. Let me play it and let us hear what he has to say. You know, we like this too. We would like to have an interactive section. We're almost coming to the end, but let us see what Dalia Bente has to say.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Abraham Joda and Gabriel Layinka. I think the 2 of you are the anchors of today's show, and I extend my greeting as well to your amiable guests over there, my friend Abuardo, my elder brother Barisa Bilamino Nehanchi, and my very good friend Paris Gamba. Good evening, sir. Before I make my submission, I want to urge or advise that whenever issues of importance like this come on board or arises, I think we should, as much as possible, to throw away sentiment, prejudice of any kind, and biasness or favoritism, right? Because this particular ugly component I listed are the reason why Taraba is seriously lagging behind. This is what has dragged us backward. We dwell so much on petty sentiment, particularly based on ethnic and religion in that state. We can't move forward with that. And I think with this generation, we should change the narrative. We should not behave like the people after, can I say after us, before us? You understand what I'm saying? So please, we the youth should try as much as possible to change this narrative. Having said that, I want to throw a question to Barrister Pius. I think chapter 6, part 2 of 1999 Constitution, that's section 189 in particular, the chapter 6, part 2 of that section 189, expressly stated there, in the case of a governor and his deputy, he did not only say a governor, he equally said the deputy. In the case of a governor and his deputy being permanently incapacitated, what the Constitution
I think we lost him there. We lost him there, and I think he was just trying to make some point. But he has thrown open the discussion. But you know, every good thing has to come to an end. And I think we really looked at every angle, the political angle, the legal angle, the ethical angle. We've criticized some positions, and we've agreed with some positions. We've aligned with some positions, and we've agreed to disagree on some positions. So on this note, I will want to have a final thoughts on this matter. So I will start with Barrister Pius. Barrister Pius. Barrister Pius, I would like to have your final words on what we have today. Barrister Pius, are you still with us? We lost him there. While we're waiting for him to come back or for his final thoughts, Ambassador Muri, thank you for what you've done. Thank you for, despite the tight schedule, you have to ride over home. Please, can you just give us your final thoughts on this matter?
My final thought is that if we love Taraba State, if we love Nigeria, we should all pray for our leaders, and praying for our leaders means we should wish them well to succeed. We should stop justifying when they try to play on our brain, when they try to make us look as if they are not accountable to us. As the fact that I'm praying for you does not mean that you should just do as you wish. I expect you to rule in such a way that will make me to have hope that we are being governed well. So I expect from the State Executive Council, the State House of Assembly, the Governor Office, and the civil service
lost Ambassador Muri there, and I think he is of the opinion that the state government needs to be more open concerning the health and the position of the deputy governor. And we thank Ambassador Quincy Muri for his wonderful contribution. We also thank Barrister P.D. Pius, Chief Gabriel Olayinka for their wonderful contributions. Before we leave, Honorable Abuado, what are your closing remarks concerning this matter?
Well, finally, I want to state it here clearly that this is a constitutional matter, and there is no way we are going to do away with the Constitution completely. Because no matter how you do it, you must come back to the Constitution, and the Constitution is clear on this issue. So I want to use this opportunity to also call on Tarabans to continue to pray for our leaders, especially the deputy governor, who there was a statement that he was on medical vacation. Let us continue to pray with him, to pray for him that God will regain his health and that he will come back healthy and continue discharging his official function that Tarabians elected him to do. And finally, I want to thank the management of this TV station and my distinguished colleague guest, my elder brother, Barrister William Mehanchi, who is one of the people that are planning to go to court very soon to challenge this matter. I want to advise us that we should take it let's take it lightly, and let's continue to pray, and hopefully and prayerfully we are going to go out of this challenging and trying moment. In every situation you find yourself, definitely in life there must be situations like this, and then when you find yourself in such situation, there are always alternatives. So thank you for having me here, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Barrister Mianchi.
All what I said, like what they are saying, let's the tribal state government, that is the governor and the legislative, have transparency on these issues of deputy governor. And nobody is not praying for the governor, not even the governor. Even my enemy, I'm praying for them. Chocolates of the number 2 citizen of my state, who happens to be governing my state and has some tools also sacrificing. We are not talking about the personality of a person, we're talking about the constitutional issues. We are calling on the state governor and the state assembly to do the needful and transparency about this issue and follows the strictly constitutional provision and constitutional guidelines to avoid court issues. All what we are saying, we are working on this and we are following. We cannot leave this thing to be going just like that. We are tribals, we are concerned, and more tribals are also concerned. So we are stick to the constitution. And the constitution of the federal government of Nigeria is supplement. And the fundamental objectives of this constitution, it must be followed strictly. So as we are praying to the deputy governor, the tribals, to the governor, to whoever has tribal and even Nigeria at heart, we are also calling on the strictly compliance and for compliance of the constitutional provision. So if otherwise has happened, because the constitution, as I said, we already have the three arms of the government. So going to the court is not a bad thing. Going to the court is not something that would create immunity or criticism or whatsoever. It's just a matter of interpretation to have good governance in Taraba State. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Barrister Bilyaminu Meanchi. And on this note, we come to the end of today's politics on Some TV. And you will agree with me that today's edition has been quite explosive. And we spoke concerning the legal implications, the constitutional implications, the ethical implication, the political implication of the absence of the deputy governor of Taraba State. And yeah, like we all agree, we are praying for the soonest recovery of the number 2 citizen. He has served this nation, he has served this country, he has served the community, and we pray for soonest recovery. And we also call upon the state government to release whatever information for concerned citizens like Barrister Bilyaminu Meanchi. And we also know, like we all agree, that the state government has been doing its best as the constitution allows it in terms of security and free education. And I think in the area of also information concerning this issue, we're expecting so much from the government. And on this note, we'll come to the end of today's politics on Some TV. Today's politics on Some TV comes up every Tuesday and Thursday on Some TV from 6 to 8 p.m. every Tuesday and Thursday. And I remain your host here, Abraham Minor Joda. Thank you and keep watching Some TV.